Da da dum, ba da dum, bum 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 bum, ba 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 bum, bum 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 bum, ba da dum, dum 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 dum, da 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 dum, dum 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 dum, da 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 da.
A few weeks ago, we introduced the new Coke. Then several of you told us that you were interested in the old Coke more than the new. Well, that's why we introduced the Classic Coke. However, there are still some of you that are left behind. These are the people that will like our new addition to the Coke line. We've just introduced the not-so-new Coke. I know it can be confusing, but look at it this way. The Classic Coke tastes like old Coke. The new Coke tastes like Pepsi, and now the not-so-new Coke offers an even newer taste. It tastes like RC Cola. Now, we know some of you are saying, wait a second, I don't like Coke. I like non-cola drinks. That's why you'll enjoy our newest Coke. Later this week, we'll introduce the kind of like Coke. It tastes like Dr. Pepper. Then there's the not new and kind of colorless Coke. It resembles 7-Up. Then there's the kind of orange, well, maybe kind of red Coke.
The new, classic, and all that other jive Coke. The choice of a confused generation. We're not Beatrice.
When you listen to DeBella, he might make you lick the phone or bang your head on concrete until you break a bone. Oh, sweet mama, all Philly's got them DeBella blues. It's sick, but we're listening. All Philly's got them DeBella blues. When you're talking to DeBella, don't try to pull his plug. He'll cut you down so quickly, Lord, you'll change your name to Mud. Oh, sweet mama, all Philly's got them DeBella blues. It's sick, but we're listening. All Philly's got them DeBella blues. On WMMR, Philly's got them DeBella blues.
The concert event of the year is coming. The date, January 18th. 20,000 seats go up for grabs. Live in concert, Mr. Rogers.
You are my friend, you are special. You are my friend, you are special to me.
In concert, Mr. Rogers. You can never go down the drain.
You can never go down, can never go down the drain. Thank you, you're beautiful.
Mr. Rogers, live in concert. See him make the trolley come.
I'll make the trolley come.
Tickets on sale at outlets near you. Plug into the energy of Mr. Rogers.
We welcome you today. You like my sweater?
Don't miss this show as 20,000 seats go up for grabs.
You are special. You are. You really are. You're very special. You know you're special. You are?
Hey, so. It's three.
Hello, everybody, and welcome again to National League Dog Ball. This is Ron Stevens with your play-by-play, along with Joy Gridnick joining us for today's game here at the park.
And you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day for dog ball, Ron. We have over 42,000 fans joining us here in the park, and they are ready for dog ball action.
Yes, they are, Joy, and you can hear the crowd cheering now as Hinsky comes to the mound with a miniature white poodle for the opening pitch. And behind the plate, catching for Hinsky is John Gertie. And I might say one of the best dog catchers in the league today, Joy.
Right, Ron.
And back at the mound, Hinsky readies himself as he wipes his brow at the poodle. And coming up to lead off at the plate is Jackson with Hinsky at the mound. And Jackson at the plate and Hinsky at the mound. And the windup. The pitch. High, a little inside. Dog one.
Notice how Hinsky likes to hold the dog by the hind legs, Ron. That gives him better leverage on the pitch and a good curve on that dog. It's a habit he picked up back in his early days, pitching schnauzers in Kentucky. And he's looking mighty good with that boodle.
Yes, he is, Joy. And Hinsky readies himself with a windup. He throws hard. And Jackson connects. Look at that dog fly. Holy cow. Jackson ground first, now his wet second, and nobody can catch that poodle.
A good solid hit for Jackson, Ron.
Yes, it was, Joy. And let's see that play once again in slow motion. Holy cow, look at that dog fly.
And we'll be back with more dog ball action after this.
Down, sad, hike, you can be an eagle. And hi, this is Morty of Morty's Travel. And now for only $29.95, that's right, you can be an eagle for a weekend. A bus will pick you up at your house and take you to the practice field. Be a defensive back. We'll teach you how to fall down. Hoops! Join the Ron Jaworski seminar. Learn how to throw the football into the other team's hands. Also, scoring points. Is it part of the game? So, stuff in your padding and call me, Morty, for more information at 555-1212. You can be an eagle for a weekend. We'll take anybody. Secretaries, accountants, refrigeration repairman. And Morty's, why do we do it? For the money.
It was April the 41st, being a quadruple leap year. I was driving in downtown Atlantis. My Barracuda was in the shop, so I was in a rented Stingray, and it was overheating. So I pulled into a Shell station. They said I'd blown a seal. I said, fix the damn thing and leave my private life out of it, okay, pal? While they were doing that, I walked over to a place called the Oyster Bar. A real dive. But I knew the owner. He used to play for the Dolphins. I said, hi, Gil. You have to yell, he's hard of hearing. Gil was also in financial trouble. Fact is, he was barely keeping his head below water. I bellied up to the sandbar. He poured me the usual. Rusty snail, hold a grunion, shaken, not stirred. I slipped him a fin. On porpoise. I was feeling good. I even dropped a sand dollar in a box for Jerry's squids. For the halibut. Well, the place was crowded. We were packed in like sardines. They were all there to listen to the big band sounds of Tommy Dorsal. Tommy was rocking the place with a very popular tuna, Salmon Enchanted Evening. What soul! And the stage was surrounded by screaming groupers, probably there to see the bass player. But one of them was this cute little yellowtail, and she's giving me the eye. So I figured this is my chance for a little fun. You know, piece of Pisces. But she said things I just couldn't fathom. She was too deep. Seemed to be under a lot of pressure. Boy, could she drink. She drank a lot. I said, what's your sign? She said, aquarium. I said, great, let's get tanked. I invited her up to my place for a little midnight bait. I said, come on, baby, only take a few minnows. She threw me that same old line. Not tonight, I got a haddock. And she wasn't kidding either, because in came the biggest, meanest-looking haddock I'd ever seen come down the pike. He was covered with muscles. He came over to me, he said, "Listen, Shrimp, don't you come trolling around here." What a crab. This guy was steamed. I could see the anchor in his eyes. I turned to him, I said, baloney. You're just being shellfish." Well, I knew there was going to be trouble, and so did Gil, because he was already on the phone to the Cods. The haddock hits me with a sucker punch. I catch him with a left hook. He eels over. It was a fluke, but there he was, lying on the deck, flat as a mackerel. Helpless. I said, "Forget the Cods, Gil. This guy's going to need a sturgeon." Well, the yellowtail was impressed with the way I landed her boyfriend. She came over to me. She said, "Hey, big boy, you're really a game fish. What's your name?" I said, "Marlin." She was coming out of her shell. Well, from then on, we had a whale of a time. I took her to dinner. I took her to dance. I bought her a bouquet of flounders. And then I went home with her. And what did I get for my trouble? Case of the clams. Well, that tipped the scales. I was in over my head. I called the free clinic. I said, "This is urchin." They said, "Oh, swell."
I'm a perspiring mind, and I want to know.
I'm a perspiring mind, and I want to know.
I'm a perspiring mind, and I want to know.
That's right. There are millions of perspiring minds out there that want to know. They want to know anything, so we print anything. This week in the National Perspirer.
Charlie Brown turns 35. Parents tell him to get a real job.
AT&T disconnects their own phone and can't reach out and touch themselves.
Idaho is now Beatrice.
Liberace signs guest appearance on Miami Vice.
Read it in the Perspirer. Still only 35 cents for perspiring minds that want to know.
FM 93.3 WMMR Metro Media in Philadelphia.
It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And hi, this is Morty of Morty's Travel. For only $29.95, a bus will come to your house, take you and your friends to a TV studio, and like the mayor, you can have your own hearings. That's right, imagine the thrill of sitting before a microphone and reliving controversial moments of your past. The time you drove the car into the living room. The time you told your wife you were bowling, but were actually drooling out a window at Locust and 13th. The time you dropped an incendiary device on your mother-in-law's luggage. So climb aboard a restroom-equipped bus and take you and your friends to your own hearings. But seats are limited, so you better move fast. Call 555-1212 for more information. Morty's Travel, branching out to serve you better, and why do we do it? For the money.
DeBella, 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 DeBella.
Hi, this is Morty of Morty's Travel. Reagan and Gorbachev meet in the summit next month, and where are you going to be, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Average American? Will you be at that table banging your fist against nuclear power? No, because we're not invited. Until now, because at Morty's Travel, it's all aboard for Ben Salem. That's right, for only $29.95, a bus will pick you up at your house and take you to Morty's People's Summit, held on a card table in the Pomeroys at the Neshaminy Mall. Imagine the thrill of attending your own summit. Take along your Aunt Gladys as an advisor. Have microphones stuck in your face as you leave the summit for lunch. Learn how to smile over a coffee table with your counterpart while secretly thinking they're communist garbage. So it's all aboard for Ben Salem and Morty's People's Summit. For more information, call 555-1212. At Morty's Travel, why do we do it? For the money.
Well, there's a man in this town that everybody knows. He's my favorite radio fella. He's a wild man on MMR, and his name is John DeBella. He's got a morning show from 6 to 10, and it's called The Morning Zoo. You might say that show is strange but false, but that show is strange and true. And there's a man who works from the Associated page, and he sings the news like a lark. And he sits inside his news cage and calls himself Mock the Shop. And when it comes to sports, there's a jumping jock who knows exactly what's happening. He's Philly's own athletic supporter, and we call him Jack Strap. And there's a man named Clay Harry, who's last but certainly not least. And you can catch him at the factory outlet. He's the champ of the great Northeast. So listen for the dreaded morning only when you're driving to work in your car. And John DeBella, Philly's #1 on WMMR.